Welcome to qnawire.
Let's find the derivative of g of x. G of x is a product, so the first factor is x squared plus 1 cubed, and the second factor is x squared plus 2 to the sixth. So because it's a product, we're going to need to use the product rule to differentiate it. So the derivative will be the first times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. So the first would be x squared plus 1 cubed. The derivative of the second, we're going to use the chain rule on this. The outer function is the sixth power function. So you bring down the 6 and raise the inside to the fifth. Then you multiply by the derivative of the inside. So the derivative of x squared plus 2 would be 2x. So what we have so far is the first times the derivative of the second, plus the second times the derivative of the first. So the second is x squared plus 2 to the sixth. And the derivative of the first, again, we're going to need to use the chain rule. The outer function is the cubing function, so we bring down the 3, and we raise x squared plus 1 to the second. And then we multiply by the derivative of the inside, and the derivative of x squared plus 1 would be 2x. Okay, so we have our derivative, and now we're just going to simplify. Simplifying is the majority of the work, actually. So if we think of this as one term plus another term, let's look to see what common factors the terms have that we can factor out. All right, so notice that they both have a 2x, so we can factor that out. And notice that they both have x squared plus 1, this one to the third and this one to the second. So we can factor x squared plus 1 to the second out of both. And notice that they both have x squared plus 2, this one to the fifth and this one to the sixth. So we can factor x squared plus 2 to the fifth out of both. And also notice that we could factor a 3 out of the 6 and a 3 out of the 3. So we can factor out a 3. Okay, so what do we have left that we didn't factor out? In the first term, we still have an x squared plus 1. And we factored the 3 out of the 6, so we still have a 2. And everything else was factored out. Now moving on to the second term, we factored out the 3, we factored out the 2x, we factored out the x squared plus 1 squared, we factored out most of the x squared plus 2 to the sixth. We still have one of those left. So we have x squared plus 2 to the first. Okay, so now what we want to do is simplify this. So let's distribute and combine like terms. And we can also combine the 3 and the 2 and make that a 6. So we have 6x times x squared plus 1 quantity squared times x squared plus 2 to the fifth times, okay, what are we going to get here? We're going to have 2x squared plus another x squared. So that's going to be 3x squared. And then we're going to have 2 times 1, that's 2, plus another 2, so that's going to be 4. So here we have our simplified answer. Now, it might not be necessary for you to go through all the simplifying, but just in case, it's nice to know how to do it if you have to.